So very good afternoon, children. So let us do a problem based on the retirement of a partner. Okay. So here I'm just solving the 23rd problem, which is almost the last question based upon the balance sheet. So let's see what the information is all about. X, Y, and Z were partners sharing profits in the ratio of 1 by 2, 1 by 4, and 1 by 4. So it's nothing but 2 is to 1 is to 1 is the profit sharing ratio of the partners. The balance sheet of the firm on 31st of December 2005 was as follows. Okay, so we have a reserve fund on the liability side, which you are always have to look for whether there is any accumulated reserves or not. Then the assets, that is a fixed followed by the current, and let's see who's going to retire from the firm. So here Y retires on that date subject to the following conditions. That is goodwill of the firm to be valued at 20,000. So whenever they give you the goodwill of the firm, that is the total goodwill of the firm itself. That's the value of the goodwill of the firm itself. So out of this, we are going to take the share of the retiring partner. This is the first thing, children. Then there is an information towards the revaluation of the assets and the liabilities. That is the plant, motor, vans to be depreciated, stock and buildings to be appreciated, and there is also provision for the doubtful debts to be increased by, he said, increased by in the sense what already there is an existing provision of 1800, but still
And
they
your voice is breaking.
yeah, but still they want the provision to be increased by 1000 rupees more. Okay. Then next, after the revaluation
Ma'am,
information, we have, I heard that my voice is breaking, but uh, as I always keep telling you all, it could be a network issue from either of the side, right? Just bear for a minute, we'll see, we'll get resolved, okay? Then, absolutely from my side, I think there is no issues at all because my network is perfectly, active. Then we have a liability for the boatswain compensation um, to the extent of 500 is to be brought into the account. So when they say it is to be brought into the account, it means that there was no liability before, but on the event of the retirement of a partner, on happening of the event, that is a partner is retiring from the firm, they want to pay even towards or set aside towards the boatsman compensation 500 rupees. Then now this information is very very important, children. Just see what it is. It was agreed that X and Z will share profits in the future in the ratio of 3 by 5 and 2 by 5. So here we know what is the old profit sharing ratio as well as the new profit sharing ratio of the partners. So pass the journal entries and prepare the balance sheet when. So when I said when, there are two questions in this. One is the change in the values is to be recorded in the books, he said. So change in the values is to be recorded in the books in the sense what now whatever the changes which are taking place towards the revaluations, right? That is the assets as well as the liabilities. So those changes they want to bring into the books. That means at whatever the new values, okay, which is going to take place towards given assets and the liabilities, it has to be incorporated. And the second question is when assets and liabilities are to continue to appear at their old figures. That means whatever the changes which they have made earlier, that is in the first question, they made these changes. Now in the second question, they doesn't want that changes to be continue in the books. That means suppose for example if here it's given as the asset has to be the plant and machinery has to be depreciated by 10%. Now what is the value of the plant and machinery here? It is 30,000. So 30,000 ke upar 10% will be how much? 3,000. That means you have shown the asset, that is the plant and machinery in the new balance sheet as 30,000 minus 3,000, 27,000. So already the asset got decreased. But what here is trying to tell, they doesn't want to show the changes into the books. That means you have to now revert back the changes. That means if you would have appreciated an asset, you again need to depreciate it. If you have depreciated an asset, you need to appreciate it again. So whatever the changes which took earlier needs to be reverted back. That means the asset needs to continue to be shown at their original values. So that's the second point. So here we are going to do the same problem under two different conditions. So first let us see according to the first condition what is to be done. Now as they have given us the information towards the goodwill, followed by we also have what is the new profit sharing ratio of the partners. So the first thing what is required to be done for this is we are going to find out what is going to be the gaining ratio, because the goodwill whatever the each partner needs to contribute to the retiring partner, that is the continuing partners contribute to the retiring partners, will be done on the basis of the gaining ratio. So first let us see the calculation of that, and then later we'll go with the so here this is problem number 20. Sana.
Ma'am, Maria is in lobby, ma'am. Can you admit her?
Yeah. Maria. One second, please. Then the goodwill over here is 20,000 rupees. Gaining ratio of the partners is right. So to find out the gaining ratio here, so the XYZ are the partners. So first let us find out, as Y is going to retire from the firm. So it is x is equal to, it is going to be the new ratio minus, so what is the new ratio here? The new ratio of the partner is 3 by 5, so therefore it is 3 by 1 by 2, right? Either you can make it as 1 by 2 or you can also make it as 2 by 4, right? So bring the denominators, okay, in common with the other partner's profit share. So what will be the ratio here?
1/10, ma'am.
1
I
by
took as 100.
10. I'm directly going with y. Y is not there, so z. 2 by 5 is the new profit sharing ratio. 2. I think it is also.
Ma'am, teacher is in lobby, ma'am.
I'll do it. So what's the ratio here?
3/20.
Why are they leaving? I mean, after joining, how much is here?
3/20.
3 by 20. Check once.
15/100. Sorry, 10.
Please redo it again. 1 minute. The new profit is, yeah, 2 by 4, 20. So it is students 1 by 10, right? Yeah, how much did you get? 3 by?
20.
3 by 20. So here it should be like
5 by
2
20.
by 20. By this. So here it is going to be 3 by
5/20.
20. So what is the ratio now? The ratio here is
2:3.
X is 5 by 20.
Yes, ma'am.
which one is 5 by 20?
Good.
X. X.
X is 5 by 20. Yeah.
No, ma'am. 2/20 only.
Check once again, whoever is telling me that. Okay. So we got the gaining ratio 2 is to 3. Now the firm's goodwill over here is 20,000, as it is already mentioned. The goodwill of the firm, okay, is to be valued at 20. So out of this 20,000, now let us take the share of the retiring partner. That is, as Y is going to retire from the firm. Y is the share of goodwill. So how Y is the share of goodwill will be calculated? Now on the basis of his profit sharing ratio here is 1 by 4, right? 1 by 4. So 20,000 into 1 divided by 4. 1, 4. So you get? How much you get? Come on.
5,000, ma'am.
8,000. Going to divide in the ratio of 2 is to 3. That means X will bring 2,000 and Y will, Z will bring 3,000. Okay. So as we have the journal entry for the goodwill. as well as Z, right? From Z capital account data to Y's capital account, is it? So 5,000 Y has to get from the firm. So therefore,
2,000, 3,000.
contribute. So this is with the goodwill part. Now coming to the next revaluations. So what is saying about the revaluation? The plant and machinery, as well as the what is that? The motor van have to be depreciated. So here the entry here is going to be revaluation account debit to plant and machinery. And next here we have there is also a provision which is being required, right? So I'm just keeping then here we have two amounts. So what are the amounts here? 10% of the plant and machinery, I think which I have already looked into. And motor van value here is the motor van value is 10,000 rupees. So on 10,000 at the rate of 20% will be 2,000, right? And the provision for the doubtful debts already created is 1,800, and there is a further requirement of 1,000, as it says still needs to be increased by 1,000. So whatever is new we take, that is 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6,000 is to be taken. Right? The next here we have the appreciation entries. So here the stock and the buildings are to be appreciated by 20%. So if you are going to take the stock and the buildings here, what is the value of the stock? Yes? What is the value of the stock? I need to show it. Stock value here is stock is 20,000. So 20,000 it is 20%. So how much will you get? Yes? 20,000.
Oh, the
Try to answer. 4,000. Next, it is buildings also 20%. Buildings. So the buildings here is 18,000 rupees. So on 18,000, 20% will be how much?
3,600, ma'am.
It will be 3,000. The total amount to be credited to the revaluation. Right? So 7,600, and here it is 6,000, and I think there is one more adjustment to be considered, that is liability for the worksman compensation to the extent of 5,000 is to be brought into the account. So as there is going to be a worksman compensation to be payable, therefore let us also take this into itself to so here also the amount is going to increase by 500. So far what I have done, first we have taken the goodwill. Why the share of goodwill here is 5,000. and this 5,000 be divided, okay, in the ratio of their gaining, and here the gaining ratio is 2:3, so therefore 2,000 will be contributed by X and 3,000 will be contributed by Z. Secondly, what we have done, we have taken the revaluation entries, and here there are three assets which needs to be depreciated, that is plant and machinery, motor van, and there is also reserve, or I mean the provision which is being required on the debtors, and there is a liability which is going to be payable towards the worksman compensation, right? So the entry for all this is revaluation to the assets as well as followed by the liabilities. The next year we have the appreciation towards the stock as well as towards the buildings. So where they have been appreciated by 20%. So therefore the stock account debit and the buildings account debit to revaluation account. Then next year, after the goodwill, then revaluation, then we need to look for if there is any reserves which needs to be taken. So now let's look into the question and see the balance sheet. Is there any reserve fund or a general reserve? Yeah. So we have a reserve fund of amounting 16,000 rupees. So here this amount needs to be shared among all the partners. 16,000. So general reserve to X. Okay. So X capital account. So X is going to get how much out of this? 8,000 rupees is going to be the share. Y is going to have that 4,000 rupees, right? And Z is also going to get a share of 4,000. Profit sharing ratios, right? 16,000 general reserve account debit to X, Y, and Z, right? Now, next coming to if you have to close, I will find out whether there is a. First, we need to go with the preparation of valuation account. So, according to this, now let us bring all the up the entries from here. It is 2. So here, and the amounts also we can directly take it from here. Here we have appreciations towards two assets. This bike, at least the second one will be. Then the amounts for this is next. Before we make the postings of the rest of the entries, first let us go to the capital accounts and show the opening capitals. Opening capitals of the partners here is 30,000. So after this, the first entry. For the first entry, X capital, Z capital to Y capital, right? So in the X capital account and also in the Z capital account, we are going to write it as 2. And here X share will be and here we are going to write it as and Z. In the Y's account, it Yes. Later, we have also done with the revaluations. Then coming to the general reserve. So 8,000, 4,000, 4,000. Then next here we have unless and until we close or make the further entries here. So let's see the totals. This side it is 7,600 and here we have 6,500. So therefore the difference amount 700 rupees.
1100.
700 we are going to share to. So let's take to XYZ capital. Now tell me how much each partner is going to. So X capital to Y capital and to Z capital. So in the ratio of 1 by 2, that is 2 is to 1 is to 1. Yeah. Anyone is doing? Come on, children. Divide this 1100 in the ratio of. I mean, at least do it as 1 by 2. Whatever is given here, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 of this is. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next we have 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 means
275.
here by revaluation in the capital accounts. So here by 550, 275.
Ma'am, you got disconnected, ma'am. They are in lobby. Can you admit them?
English. Right. Okay. So now we have also done with the revaluations. So let's see the final settlement of the retiring partner. So once, as as according to the information, the retiring partner, it was agreed that X and Z will share the profits in the future and pass the necessary journal entries, he said. But he has not mentioned anything towards like how the settlement of the retiring partner has to be made, like by giving him cash immediately, or by I mean transferring his amount in the form of a loan. So when nothing is being mentioned, we consider that the amount is to be payable, okay, to the retiring partner only in the future. And when it is to be payable in the future, that means it needs to be transferred, okay, to the loan account of the retiring partner here. So so here also we have 30.
Ma'am, Haimishri is in lobby, ma'am. Can you admit her? Ma'am?
Yeah, I'm admitting 1 minute.
Okay, ma'am.
I think let me first. Just change it, please. Yeah. So coming to this year, 38,550, right? 38,550 minus 2,000, it is going to be
36,000.
here Y's amount we are going to transfer to his loan account. So into Y's loan account, that is 20. Here this is going to be minus 3,000.
16,200.
Yeah. So this is what the partner's capital account here. Right. Now let us go with the preparation of the. I'll tell you why we are not getting this answer, children. This answer in the sense the capital accounts, whatever is being given in the book, because the goodwill calculation they have done it in the old method. So now let us go with the preparation of. So here, as nothing has been changed, the cash will remain the same. So let's take the cash balance as 2,000 in the outer column. So the amount of the debtors over here, and the provision which is required here is 1,800 plus the new provision, that is total 2,800 is to be deducted from the 20. Then the stock, the value of the stock here is in thousands, and the stock was being appreciated, right? So 4,000. Then next we have after the stock the motor vehicles. So motor vehicles, then followed by the plant and machinery. So let me just. So let's take motor value of the motor vehicles is 10,000. A depreciation on the vehicles, right? Depreciated by 2,000 rupees. 1,000 in the auto column. Next we have plant and machinery. The amount of the plant and machinery over here is 30,000. Depreciation on plant and 1,000, so therefore 20. Then after this we have buildings. So here and the amount of 18,000 appreciated, okay, by therefore 20 value of to the credit, I mean the liability side, we have the creditors, that is the sundry creditors. As where 20. Then Y loan account. Now Y should be paying 29,000 by The Worksman Compensation Fund is also a part of then we have X capital account. That is X capital account is 36,550. Y capital account, it is 16,275. Let's see how the balance sheet. Tally 1,02,600 on either side, and please do not rely on the textbook answer, because here in the textbook he has done the entries according to the old format, like as we are learning as per the new accounting standards, but here it has been done in the old one, so that was the reason the answers were differentiated. Okay, fine. So, any doubts in this? Any doubts, ma? Let me know, children, please. Any doubts I'm asking? Are you not able to hear me? Yes? Are you listening, or is everyone just left your device aside and
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, if you have followed this, now I'll just go ahead with the second question in the same. It's very simple. Everything remains the same, but what is required to be done in this case is, now I don't even need the question. Let me just go ahead with the solution. So in the solution, what I'll do is just go. Let me just copy. Pasting all this. Now, as I told you that everything is going to remain the same, because whatever the changes which we have made to the assets and the liabilities, okay, we are not going to follow them. We are going to bring them to the normal, because no changes to be made in the books. Very clearly, it's mentioned that The second point is when the assets and liabilities are to continue to appear at their old figures. Okay, so when they continue to appear at their old figures, the changes which are going to take place over here is, now we need to have again a revaluation account. I mean, we have to prepare this as well as the changes are not required. So we are going to prepare one more account, okay, in the name of memorandum revaluation account. It's called as memorandum revaluation account, and in the memorandum revaluation account, whatever has been depreciated gets appreciated, whatever has been appreciated gets depreciated. Have you all got it? Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
therefore what will happen now on to the credit side? This will come here. So now you tell me what will be the difference. So here again 7,600 is going to be the total, which is higher onto the debit side, and 1100 is going to be in the difference, now which is the revaluation loss. But please try to understand carefully. Now, whatever is the loss on the revaluation due to, where we are reverting back the changes, this loss on the revaluation should not be shared to all the partners, but this should be shared only to the continuing partners. So who are continuing in the business now? X and Z are going to continue, and this revaluation loss should be shared to them, okay, in the new profit ratio. So as we know the new profit sharing ratio here, that is 3 is to 2. Now divide this 1100 in the ratio of 3 is to 2.
660.
Yes, 6
660 and 440.
Okay, 660 and 440. So what I'm doing here is, I will be writing it as by Z capital account. Okay, so here it will be 6. It's going to be 4. First step, children. So what we have done here, we have made a memorandum revaluation account. Apart from the normal revaluation account, this is also required. Second, now as there is also loss here, the loss is going to affect the partner's capital account in this, isn't it? So therefore, the loss is to be shared. Now I'm not closing this. Let us not close this because still there is other changes which will be, whereas the retiring partners will remain the same. So the loss has to be shown onto the debit side. Loss is 660. Okay, this is also a change. Now after this, into the balance sheet. What is going to happen in the balance sheet? In the, like as we are reverting back the changes. Okay, so what is the difference? Now the worksman compensation fund does not arise because we are not going to make any provision for that. Remove, right? Then, okay, first let me close them. Then this side the changes are the same, but out of this, okay, 28. Yes, If you minus this, and for the 660, what will be the amount? Yeah, anyone is doing? I think the old capital, fine, minus 2660. It is 35,890. Okay, 5,890 going to be 98,275 minus 3,440. So here it is 15,835. Okay. Right. So 35,890. And this is 50,000. This is X capital. And this remains the same. Now coming to the other assets. In the other assets, now just to see how it is going to be, just copying that. So the first one is debtors less provision 2,800. Okay, so what we have done in this, we have deducted an excess amount of 1,000 from this. The value here was 20,000. Now add back. Okay, so right. New provision which you made, right? Because in the memorandum revaluation account on the reserves for the doubtful debts, you have shown it onto the credit side. So credit again. So therefore, this remains. And after this, we have the stock. So what we have done, stock added appreciation. So we have got a value of 24,000. Because here the stock value is again depreciated. That means whatever reverting back the changes as a depreciation. Thousands. The stock will remain at a 20. It. Once we added, because it was been appreciated, now we don't want to follow the changes in the books, so we are depreciating. So we are continuing those, the asset at the same value. So it was 20 in the beginning, even after retirement also it remains 20. The next we have the motor vehicles. Then then here after deducting this, now we are going to add it back. Back how much? Again 2,000. Means that 10,000. Okay. Then next I hope you all have followed what I have done here. I have just made the changes, revert back. Okay, now again I'm repeating this. So you can see now the data's okay has been excessly, the provision for the data has been provided in excess of rupees 1000, which has been reverted back by adding back that 1000. Stock okay has been appreciated earlier. Now because they don't want to continue with the new changes, now we are reverting it back by depreciating the stock by again by the same amount. Motor vehicles was also been okay depreciated earlier. Now to continue with the same value of the motor vehicles, we have appreciated them. Plant and machinery has been depreciated earlier, so to bring back the value okay to the normal, we have appreciated the same as it again. Buildings also has been appreciated earlier, again to have the same value we have depreciated them. So therefore here we get what, 18,000. So in the case of whenever they give the question as the changes okay are not to be maintained in the books, so in that case we are going to first make the problem as it is, but apart from that we are also going to maintain right a memorandum revaluation account. So according to the memorandum revaluation account, we are going to show all the appreciations as depreciations and depreciations as appreciations. That was just reverse of the original revaluation account we are going to prepare. And in the original revaluation account, if you had a profit, there you will get a loss. But here if you had a loss, there you will get a profit. That is the only difference. And in the memorandum revaluation account, whether you get a profit or a loss, that should be shared only to the continuing partners in the case of the retirement, and in the case of the admission, even sometimes even in the case of the admission of a partner, the same adjustment can be given. So in that case you are going to share okay the memorandum revaluation balance to all the partners in the new profit sharing ratio. So this is the difference, children, between the other problems and this problem. So let us see whether we are going to have, yeah, it's tallied, we got the answer also, it's tallied. Just check it out once again. Yeah. So now as you can see, this is also problem number 23, but problem number 23, it is B point. Here it is going to be A point. That is the difference. This is A. So A and B. Oh, this is just come as problem number 23A. Right? Any doubts now? So with this I have come to an end of the retirement, and there is one short problem. Okay, I just would like to even finish with the short question, and the remaining problems can be you will be able to complete the remaining questions, because there is nothing new to learn in these problems, excepting you just have to take care of whether the cash to be paid immediately to him, or whether only a part of the payment is being made and the remaining to be paid in the future, that is later. So those things needs to be taken care of while preparing the retirement of while doing the retirement of for partner problems. So let me now just go quickly with the 24th problem. It's very short question. Only a small ledger is required to be made here. So let's see what it is. So X retired from a firm on 31st of December 2005. Okay, X has been retired from a firm on 31st of December 2005. The amount due to him was 45,600. Now as you have seen, while doing the capital accounts of the partners, now in this case, let's say Y has been retired here. So when Y has taken the retirement, the Y's loan account is showing what balance? 29,275. So what entry are you going to write for this? We are going to write the entry as X capital account debtor to Y's capital account debtor to Y's loan account. Okay, we call it as Y's capital account debtor to Y's loan account. I hope you are getting this. Why is capital account debtor to why is loan account? So from the capital account we are transferring this balance to the loan account. So similar to that here, what is trying to say, now X got retired from the firm and the amount to be payable to X is 45,600 is said. Now the terms of the retirement provided a payment of 15,600 immediately. Now as you have seen, like in this question here, in the problem number 21st, you'll find the same thing. 5,000 to be paid immediately to B because B is retiring and the balance to be treated as a loan. So similarly here, the total amount payable to X is 45,600, out of which 15,600 should be paid to him immediately, and the remaining, that is 30,000 should be paid to him by transferring the amount to a loan account. So what we do here is, and I mean, whenever a loan is being taken from any of the partner or from any of the outsider, definitely it will carry an interest. So here the interest is to be payable at the rate of 8% per annum. So show the X loan account till it is paid off, is it? So till we make a payment to X, let us see how the ledger has to be prepared. So I'm just going quickly to another. Okay, let me make this as problem number. It is 23, 24. Problem number 24. So now here we need X capital account. Why a capital account? I will also tell you that. Followed by X loan account, or otherwise we can club both the things and show it in the same thing. So here we need 4 columns, and here also we need 4 columns. That is just particulars amount and particulars amount. So 1 minute. Okay, so let me maintain up to here. The X loan, as it will take a chart. We'll insert few more lines in between because the date is also required to be maintained, as there is going to be an yearly payment to the partner, that is to the retiring partner. So date particulars amount, date particulars amount, right? I hope you people are not feeling hungry. Just extended the class so that you can relax after this. So here, let us consider as on 31st of, right, 31st, yeah. So, okay. He retired on 31st of, December 2005. So let us take this as 2005, December, 31st. His balance here is um, this is one issue what we will face here. Okay, the total amount due to him is how much? 45,000. So here we can put this as by balance. By balance, okay, I'll put it as brought down itself. and here he should be paid immediately in cash on the same day. Okay, so to cash, he has paid an amount of 15,600. So therefore, from this, we are transferring to X loan account, right? This is how the procedure should be done. So here the balance of the loan will be 30,000, and here we need to close the account 45,600, 45,600. Okay, so what you have understood now, X is retiring from the firm. He retired on 25th, 2005, December 31st. So he should be paid an amount of 45,600. So we are showing this as, carried down, brought down normally what we do. So I'm just taking this as, the brought down balance, and out of this, we are transferring, okay, immediately in the form of cash 15,600 to X, and the balance we are transferring to the loan account. So in the loan account, what we write on the same day, or you can also bring this as an opening balance in the next year. So 2006, okay, 2006, you can put it as January 1st, right? And here we write it as by X capital account. So because the amount is being brought forward from the capital account, that is 30,000 rupees. So at the end of the year, now what is going to happen? He should be paid along with the interest. So the interest is to be charged, or provided at the rate of 8% per annum. So if the annual payments are going to be made, because this 30,000 should be paid in 10,000 each for 3 years. So the first year end will be again on December 31st of the same year. So that is December 31st, and as is going to be paid along with the interest. So first what we need to do is, now the interest is an expense to the firm, and as this interest is to be provided on the loan account, so we write interest to X loan account, or you can also write it as interest on loan to X loan account. I'll just show you the entry. So this can be interest on loan account debit to, it is X loan account. So what you're going to do now, this interest amount we are going to show it on to the credit side. So by interest on loan, and how you are going to calculate interest on loan, let us see it here. So 30,000 rupees into, that is 8% is the rate of interest. So 8% of this amount is going to be 2,400, right? So the total amount which is due to X is 32,400, and as is to be paid an amount of 10,000 every year along with the interest. So the first installment of 10,000 plus the interest amount, that is 2,400, he will be paid cash of 12,400. So how we are getting this 12,400? That is 10,000 plus 2,400. Okay. Then here next continued with the next year, that is 2007. Again it is January 1st. So on January 1st again we are going to write it as by balance. Now this is a loan account which should be continued for the 2 years. So by balance brought down, and now the balancing amount here will be so unless and until you close it here, you will not get to know what is the balance. So first let us close the previous year, and here the balance left over is 20,000. So the same balance will be carried further onto the credit side, and again in the next year we are going to charge interest. But when you're charging interest here, the interest provided, or to be adjusted on the closing day, that is December 1st. And how much is the loan amount due now in this year? It is 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 into, it will be 8% again. Okay, so 8 2s are 16. So the amount of the interest here is going to be 16. And in this year that is 2007. We are going to close the books. So therefore, to close the books, now we need to make a payment cash, and again here you will be paid 10,000, that is the second installment, plus the 1600 rupees the low interest. So he will be paid 11,600, and the balance amount will be 21. Here also 21,600. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so here 11,600, so two balance carry down. 1,000 is the final balance left. So now coming to the last year, so to make a payment, again this is going to be 2008 last year, and by balance brought down, that is as on January 1st. When you're calculating interest on that, at the end of the year, this will be calculated on 10,000 and 8%. This will be 800. Then again to close the account here, right? So to close the account here, this is 2,000. Again as on December 1st. First, so 8,000 plus 800. The final payment to be made is 10,000. So no further of X. Even for the short notes, they will just ask you to prepare the loan account of the retiring partner. So if at all they ask you to maintain, and according to the given rate of the interest, keep calculating the interest, and also complete the account for the number of years for which the loan is to be repaid. Sometimes here this just said it is 3 years, it can be even 5 years also. So for 5 long years you are going to maintain the same account with the same information, only with the change of the dates and the change of the amounts. Clear? So we have completed the 23rd problem as well as the 24th problem, and the rest up to 22nd, that is from 20, 21 and 22. These 3 questions I'm leaving it for you all to do by yourself. Okay? If you're finding it difficult, let me know. But tomorrow I'm going to start with the death of a partner. I'm going to finish even the death of a partner tomorrow itself, because I think there are only 2 questions, 1 and 2, but we are not going to do both one. We are just going to do only the first question, that is the 25th problem. Okay, and immediately we will start off with, if time permits, we'll start with the next unit, or otherwise day after tomorrow we are going to again start with the new unit. Okay children, many students have left, maybe they felt very hungry I think.